Hello, good people. How are you all doing? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Early morning. I'll be sharing a topic with you. Today is not going to be a fragrance review. Maybe a bit later, I'll do a fragrance review. Maybe on a fragrance that I showed you earlier. Could be the Dua. Okay. It could be the first Dua fragrance review, the Matrix. I'm not sure which one. This one or the Lalique Puram, the horse version, or the new one, the lion version. This is my scent of the night, by the way. Very recent acquisition. This fragrance, it's just if you guys want to know, I'm still testing it. It's known to be a clone of Bois de Portugal of Creed, which I was very interested in. I'm still testing it. I really love the smell of it. It's very sophisticated, very mature, and very posh kind of a fragrance. Really love the upscale feel of it. It's something that I'm looking forward to give more wearing and review in time, or let you know my initial impression. Very beautiful bottle. So that's not what the video today is all about. Today I want to talk about this topic. I think it's very personal thing I'm going to share with you. It's about how fragrances are relating, or they're creating a big impact in your life, and it goes in your memory, and it has an impact on your life. It has definitely a story to tell. So let's just start. See, everyone, we grew up since childhood. We grew up from different backgrounds we come, right? We grew up in different countries, our home countries. Sometimes we lived abroad for a certain number of years. I lived in Malaysia for 20 years, and I left when I was 16 and a half, 17. I came back now recent days after spending 19 years in Malaysia. So my memories are very much, the ones I remember closely are in Malaysia days. I did my college there, university, masters. I started my PhD, didn't finish. So these are some of the times I have a lot of memories of 2 decades. So I'll share with you my story, a little bit of my personal story, and I would like to tell you how fragrance actually have very powerful, impact on your life. It can be a very magical thing. It can be haunting thing at the same time. When let's say when you're in school, nowadays people are very aware. There's a community, thanks to Mark and other good reviewers, that we have a community today. But there was a time we didn't know about fragrance. We just bought, used. We didn't know about summer season, whatnot. There was no Fragrantica, and there was no such thing as a Fragcom. So whatever we had, we found and we could afford, used to buy. Just maybe as a school kid or university kid or college kid, we just bought 1 bottle per year, and we'd finish it up, then buy next bottle, right? Many of our stories like that. Not everybody is very fortunate to have like hundreds in collection. Back in time, Malaysia, what I remember my days by is my dad's fragrance. This used to be not this one exactly, the EDT version of this, Hugo Boss bottled. This is one fragrance we had in our family for like number of bottles. This fragrance was like, my dad bought 200 ml, he bought a small bottle, 30, I think there was 100 ml. I had a couple of bottles of this, and I used to get it as a birthday gift. I remember a lot of my Malaysian days, my college days and everything. Let's say Eid day or something special, we'll be wearing this at night time, hang out with our friends, buddies. A lot of memories with this. I remember a lot of my friends buy this fragrance. A lot of memories of Eid day. Like let's say it's a public holiday, went for some trip, another city, and my dad would be wearing this. Nighttime there'll be some cultural program at our house, some singing. After dinner, the lights are low. Some people are singing. We have some singers in KL, Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, and then uncles, they're just hanging around, just chit chatting. So those are the things. We used to take trips in different houses, like they lived in different areas, part of Kuala Lumpur. So you just drive around till late night, hang out. So this fragrance has those memories with me. See, it's a very powerful thing. So that's why may not be, Hugo Boss bottle may not be the most, let's say this is not the biggest, this is not the biggest fragrance today, okay? But this is one of the most top sellers in the world. And maybe right now it doesn't have as much popularity as it used to be back then. But to me, to my experience, to my memory, this is very powerful and very special juice. So it served us well. So this is how a fragrance connects you with those times. So that's what makes it special. Another fragrance I used to wear a lot, I had 3 bottles of this, small bottle, big bottle, another small bottle. This is Lacoste Puram. Another not very upscale fragrance per se. Like, let's say it's not of those biggest Bleu de Chanel, but this also was special to me. I got this as an Eid gift, I think, yes. And I used to rock this at night, going to university. I didn't know about season. It's always hot, but I used it as a cold weather fragrance. But I remember this is very sweet and very manly. I used to like this kind of fragrances, you know, when I started my journey. Slowly with time, I met my first girlfriend, and then we met somewhere. It was sort of like a movie. We met. It was a Yahoo Messenger and stuff, chat room. That was funny. That's how I met my first girlfriend. So we met up in KLCC, Surya KLCC Twin Towers, long time back when I was in college. I just went to meet her for the first time, and we never saw each other before. Back in the days, she used to rock fragrances, you know, and she was like some, you know, like a teenage first time, right? So that time, you always, whatever you see, you love, you're impressed. And there's always special corner in your heart, always for the first time you fall in love, right? That's always special. So there was times ups and downs, you know, we used to fight a lot, and sometimes we used to be very like good friends, and good and bad, ups and downs, all that. But she used to wear fragrances at night time. I remember we used to go for nighttime movies and stuff like that. We used to take the bus. So I remember her fragrance, you know, like she used to wear. I asked her, what are you wearing? She used to tell me like it's a fragrance from the house of Vogue. I don't know what fragrance it was. She couldn't remember. She smelled so good. She smelled like so nice, and this like nice scent trail in the, if you walk towards the LRT, like so the metro, and just saying bye to her, you're going this way, she's going the other way, right? So when you're saying bye, you remember her fragrance. So you remember that fragrance. Then we broke up. We went away after a long time, almost 10 years. We broke up. I think it was 7 years more like. But I remember her fragrance, you know. So like even after that, I went through, you know, like a lot of years. But sometimes I used to just walk in the very same Twin Towers, Petronas Twin Towers, and every time I smell that fragrance on someone, I'll be just looking, is that her? You know, you know what I'm meaning, right? So yes, that sort of memories you can actually, you know, connect with those fragrances. That's the connection. I think this fragrance are very powerful. It can instantly bring back memories. It can instantly bring back. It could be painful. It could be sad. It could be happy moment. So fragrances are very powerful in that way. So you have to remember that. Sometimes you guys have, I heard that when I entered the community, people said, you know, sometimes the one fragrance is some fragrances are very popular, and that's why they hate it. Good example would be Acqua di Gio, the EDT, the top seller, the classic. This was like signature scent for many men in 90s. They rocked this with sheer confidence, and this was a top seller just like the Hugo Boss. It's still selling. It has a lot of other flankers, but it's still selling. Many women who had bad experience with the men who used to have this as a signature scent, they hate this fragrance, right? You would hear that. Many other fragrances happens with it. Let's say this is the example. So it's not a fault of this fragrance. It's because it's famous, or it's something like every man wore, like Fierce in States is the most popular one. Cool Water is more popular one. So it's not the fault of a fragrance. It's, if you think of it, it's the people who kind of messed up. You know, when you're young, you make mistakes. You cannot be the best person. You learn with time. Maturity will come with time. But, you know, unfortunate things happen. So if you have, let's say, a very bad breakup, let's say in a relationship, and you just hate that person, that your ex. Many of you hate your ex, right? Yes. Moment you smell this on someone else, let's say you meet new, and imagine it remind you of that guy that is the ex, right? That's your ex. You immediately may actually not like the guy. Maybe the guy is nice, but you do not like his fragrance. So I'm not saying it's a fault of anyone. It's not a fault of fragrance or the guy. It's just unfortunate event. So in that way, I would say what I think is more important than fragrances itself is that you be a nice person. Even if you break up, try to break up with not so much hatred and so much heartache, or such a big bang that you want to like show someone, or, you know, try to have a like nice mutual thing. So I guess I'm going for the relationship right now. But then some people, I remember, I read one comment, you know, this is a real life story. One of my friends, he said, my father passed away, and like 4 or 5 years ago, and I smelled this fragrance suddenly one day, and it's one of these like guys in the hospital or someone who was wearing that fragrance, and immediately he was reminded of his father, because it was his, I think the fragrance was what was it? I cannot remember who told me this story. It was a long time ago. It was something of powerhouse kind of a fragrance, which his dad used to rock. And immediately he had tears in his eyes. So you can see the emotions are real. And fragrances, they are powerful, but nowadays I see a lot of things, it's mostly about competition. Who got the niche, who got the latest one, who got the more collection. This is not the purpose to me. What I really feel, what I'm saying right now, I think that's what it creates memories. It pleases other people who you are with. They can actually like look up to you and be impressed, and they like hanging around with you because you smell so nice. You know, women, I'm telling you as a man, women like men who are well groomed, smells nice and clean all the time. If you're opposite to those things, if you're just exactly opposite, you're not going to be a very popular choice. Trust me, you'll be gone in no time. These are some things I just thought of in my head and just wanted to like share. And do let me know if you have such fragrance that reminds you of your ex, or such, you know, painful memories that you avoid that fragrance because of that. Does it happen to you guys? Maybe it does, right? So, you know, choose your fragrance. And one last thing before I go, that is, do not fall for, always be original. Do not fall for people like, when it's hyped, you know, something's hyped, you have to wear that other people are wearing. Like Aventus is hyped. You don't have to wear Aventus because you want to please others, to be, you know, accepted in the community. You wear whatever you want to wear. Some people I know, let's say they want to wear something different. Their favorite is CK1 Shock. This is their signature scent, and they got a huge bottle of it, right? And they'll absolutely love it and rock it, and they swear by it, even though it's not maybe the most popular at the moment, for example. It shouldn't stop you. You should always rock what goes with your attitude, with your behavior, what your character is like, what field you're working in, or let's say what stage you are in life. Do not have to upgrade your game as per people's liking. Don't let people tell you what you have to become or you have to be. Rock what you want to rock. If you don't want to wear fragrance, that's also okay, but don't smell bad. That's also, you know, not nice. Try to use at least basic, you know, deodorants, and use showers and stuff like that. Wear clean clothes and stuff like that, you know. So basically, be a good human being. That's what is most important. If you're not a good human being, your fragrance wouldn't make you any better. People would think of you as a douche. Still, you're like douche. Even if you smell really damn nice, you're the most macho guy. But be a nice guy, be a nice person. That's, I think, is very essential, and it goes nicely complemented. It gets heavily complemented with your fragrance. If you're a bad boy, it's okay, but do not break someone's heart. Not cool. Do not cheat with someone, you know. Do not tell lies. Those are the things that turn people off, right? So that's all I have for today. Maybe later on I'll do a video. Take care, guys. I hope. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.